Okay, so our first guest has produced some amazing articles as well as racing performances. His article, "The Marathon Doesn't Owe You Anything," has been widely read and shared amongst training partners. He's a local runner repping the BTC Elite. Please give a warm welcome for our friend Peter Bromka.
Oh, look at that.
Peter. There you are.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely.
This is at Take the Bridge, not too long ago.
Yeah.
I was getting my ass handed to me by a couple faster dudes, but just trying to look good for the cameras.
So it goes.
Yeah, that's how it is. It's all for social media nowadays.
Yeah, you got out early in that race, right?
Well, they said it was called Take the Bridge.
Uh-huh.
So I took the bridge. And then there were 3.5 miles left.
There were other bridges.
And I got totally out. But I did get a Strava segment that is hanging in there by 1 second.
Oh, good.
I'm actively updating and flagging people who take it away from me. But it's still in there. It's still in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
I don't know a whole lot about the Strava thing. Is
it's
it?
an internet phenomenon. It's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
I have been told that you have a Strava segment in front of your house, though.
Yeah, a friend, you can make your own segments. He came out, made a segment in front of my house. Then another friend actually was drinking a cup of coffee, came out, and I caught him coming down the block. I was like, "Hey, you!" And he got startled and just turned around. He was coming, trying to take Bromka's block.
So your buddy just made a segment in front of your house
that said, "I own your block."
And then he took it.
Well, and then I took it because I live there. So I mean,
you got to put a flag.
I tried to represent, but then other friends. I don't think it's widely known about, but now it might be. Yeah, and now I'm at risk of losing it.
We won't reveal your address.
Yeah, it's okay.
Are you listed?
Yeah, it's all online.
Okay. All right.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
How have you been?
Good, yeah. Tired, just training for the next marathon, a month away. So I'm at that month out where everything hurts and you're tired all the time.
I've never done a marathon, so I don't know what that's like.
I wouldn't think so.
But yeah, it sounds like a taxing experience.
It's tiring, but it's also fun because you find other crazy people who are willing to meet up for runs and just make it normal. You're sort of like, okay, I guess 7 a.m. on Saturday, that'll be a normal time to go throw down and be delirious. But
works for me.
Yeah.
But you've written a lot of articles about running and in particular the marathon. And this one, "The Marathon Doesn't Owe You Anything," got a lot of coverage recently.
Yeah, sort of took off. It all started a couple years ago. I said, Tracklandia is going to come out in a couple years. How do I get on there?
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah. Okay, I need to build it up. No, actually.
This is good. There are a lot of kids out there thinking that same thing.
You got to think in the long term. Yeah. Start now. No, it was cool. 4 years ago, I ran the Chicago Marathon. At the time, my father was going through a lot of health conditions, so in a sort of meaningful way, the two smashed together and created this story where I met my goal. He had successful heart surgery. I'm not going to cry. And it made so much sense as a story that I wrote it up and just put it online. I don't know who will appreciate this, but a lot of people did. It got passed around. I'll brag for a second. I sent it to Andy Burfoot, the former editor of Runner's World, and he wrote me back, which I didn't expect. And then he said, Peter, I get a lot of these, which I expected. And he said, and most of them are shit. But this one's pretty good. So I was like, there you go.
That's you made the cut.
Yeah, for a post you throw online. And then really it's been a fun way to document my own experiences. I ran in college. I ran in high school, then I ran in college. And college was so much fun, but so hard. And I was injured so much that it just became this really painful experience running competitively. And I've had so much fun with the marathon that I've been I don't ever want to forget these memories, so I've written them up into stories, and people have enjoyed them and passed them around. So that all led up to the last one I wrote about my personal race was in December last year, about CIM that went really well, and it was all about camaraderie and my BTC teammates and I training for this race and sort of having this crazy dream to try to run fast. But then around Boston, so Boston, we all know, it was super rainy, really stormy, and I saw a couple of people post I didn't get the race I deserved. And it sort of stuck in my mind, what the hell does that mean? They didn't get the race they deserved. Desi Linden won. It was amazing. Yuki came out of nowhere. It was a great day. And my reaction was like, marathon doesn't know you shit, man. Like that's the whole point, and that's what's so amazing. And so as I started to unpack it, what I realized is like I've actually done well in races where people have been like blown up because they're like, I was supposed to get a good day, tailwind, you know, and I'm like, well, I don't know, let's go.
So you don't expect anything from this race
that's
going into it? And
I say that, and then, you know, a month from now, I'm still checking the weather app, like, come on, give me some
Oh, sure,
weather.
you want a good one.
Yeah, you want a good one. Yeah. But the best part about it is, like, I always say, like, in middle school, you run the 800, and you're, like, as good as you are, and then in high school, certain people are really good at the 800. I'm looking at you.
Right.
And, like, rock at, and, like, some of us get left in the dust.
And then in college, not so good at the 800 again.
You find out there's better guys in the 800.
Yeah.
People who sit in the seat before me. So then you kind of get to longer distances, and you get to the marathon, and you realize, oh, there's all these components. And I think it was Brad Hudson said years ago, he's like, all pro runners think they could run 210. Because that's 5-minute pace. So it's like, 210, I could run 210 all day. And he's like, cool. You know how many people have run 210? You know how many people actually run 210? And then sure enough, every year, like, all these guys are lined up, they're going to run 210. They don't run 210 because there's so many variables.
Yeah, and it's interesting when you watch the end of these things too, because I watched the end down in Sacramento last year, and traditionally when you watch the end of a track race, the winner looks good. Like he's like floating to the finish line. People behind him might not look so good, but the winner usually looks good. But in this case, like the winner of the marathon looked terrible. It's like he's dancing on sticks trying to get to the finish line. And then it was Tim Ritchie last year. And then he crosses the finish line and just pukes everywhere. And it's like, you're not gonna skate by this one.
That's how it happens.
It's a rough day.
That's the beauty of the last 6 miles is you often hear from people who are less experienced, like, oh, I just felt like shit that last 6 miles, and you're like, But that is the marathon. And then what'd you do about it? Like, how did you weather that storm?
Yeah, that's what you're saying. People love about it too.
Yeah. It just like sets up this thing where it smashes everyone, and then you see where the chips lay. Whereas, you know, you get out, it's a 4-mile race. Some of the guys, recent UP alums, we have other people from around the city who I'm like, pretty much every damn day, you're going to beat me every damn day. But when you're running, I ran New York a couple years ago, and pros are walking along the side of the course because like their day's done, and you're like, holy shit, let's go.
So you're just saying that you're super tough out there. You can weather it better than anybody, right?
I've definitely set myself up for failure at this point.
But it helps to have a group of guys to train with, and you train with a good BTC elite group. You're out there a lot of the weekends and week workouts.
Yeah, I think it's been super fun. At some point, my buddies who don't run are like, so that's basically golf. Like you get like 5 hours away with your buddies hanging out. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like golf. And my buddies who fly fish are like, that's like fly fishing. Like, it's time away with your buddies. And it is. It's like it's become a thing where people will write me from all around the world and be like, man, it's so inspiring. Thanks for writing this up. I train all alone, like in the winter. Like have no one to do any of my work with. I'm like, oh shit, that sounds really hard. That's not sort of what they're hoping for in response.
Yeah, that's what I love about the sport too, is that like it's a sport that's very solitary, but because you're the only one that knows what it's like, then you get a lot of other people who are just like that, and there's this community that develops from these loners who are out there.
Yeah, we've linked up. I mean, I know all sorts of people from different clubs in Portland because sort of at shorter distances you get these intense rivalries, you know, and then at the longer distances, I mean, I know some guys in the crowd, I had no idea who they were, but leading up to Boston 14, I asked some friends, like, someone must be training for this race. Like, how do I find the people who will show up to Sauvie Island at 7 a.m.? And they're like, oh shit, you want to do that? Like, yeah, call this guy.
Where are my dudes? I need
show
some
up to
dudes.
the parking lot, sun's coming up, and like there's some random people you never met before, like, hi, I came for a long run.
I don't need a bunch of guys out there, I need dudes. Right?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah. All right. So you got this camaraderie with all your dudes out there.
Yeah, my dudes.
But you also know that with fame comes a lot of ridicule.
A little rivalry.
Yeah, and you get some haters recently on Let'sRun.com on the message boards. Some of the trolls, if you will.
Yeah.
We're out there. I think this is one message that I pulled off that said, or it was referencing your goal of getting the Olympic trials qualifier.
Yes.
Which is a big goal that you put out there for yourself.
Yeah, decided to throw it out there.
Yeah, which is it's a lofty one, but you're not too far away. But yeah, this is a response from somebody to that statement, and they said, "Can't wait to read Bromka's 9,000-word blog about his 227." How does that make you feel?
I was overjoyed to hear it. My favorite thing about the internet is like people talk shit, but also some people just like put it right on the nose and are so accurate. So I wrote this whole thing about the marathon, and one guy tweeted back, he's like, "I get it, marathon's super unpredictable. Why'd you have to take so many words?" I'm like, why did I have to make, I should have wrote, the marathon is unpredictable. Yeah. But then you get into like the little rivalries, and it's been fun. Like the camaraderie the BTC guys and I have is matched up against, there's Greater Boston Track Club in Boston. We go against them in the Boston Marathon every year, and then...
Yeah, but this statement,
do
you think this is the dirty work of the Jacuzzi boys?
It might be.
Do you think it is?
They left some crumbs along their trail.
Yeah. Well, yeah, what made you think that?
Because on social media they say Fly the Black, and then his name was Fly the Black.
Oh, yeah.
I'm putting one...
Right on the nose
I'm jumping to conclusions here. But I love it. I like to say, like, no one can make fun of you more than you better be ready to make fun of yourself. So I sent it to my buddies, 9,000-word essay about his 227, and my buddies wrote back like, if it's not 10,000 words, I'm not even opening it. Like, it better just be, if you run 227, it better be a bunch of gibberish, just extends for pages and pages.
Yeah, because you know those Jacuzzi boys are going to read every word, too. They need some fuel.
We act like it's, head-to-head, but I read everything they post, and I'm guessing.
Yeah. But you guys don't like each other at all.
Well, they're not nice.
Yeah, good. Well, it's good to have fuel for the fire.
Yeah,
especially in the last 6 miles.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to be thinking about in the last 6 miles?
Yeah, pure utter hatred of the Jacuzzi.
You got to run on hate.
That'll get me through.
Phidippides ran on joy. You run the marathon on hate.
Yeah, that's it. Thanks for the coaching.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Before you leave, you said that you had a story to tell us about.
Oh, my Jaeger story.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's got a Jaeger
you pronounce
story.
it with a Y?
I mean, how is it pronounced?
Is it Y or J?
J.
It's J.
Well, we all learned something today.
Yeah.
So I have a 3-year-old son, and this feels like a non sequitur. I'll bring it back. A couple years ago, my parents offered to pick him up from daycare, and you think, oh, night off, as long as he's alive and fed the next day,
sure,
he'll be good. So I'm going about what you do when you don't have a kid. You just carefree, don't even know what time it is, and text my dad, how are things going? Like, everything good?
I could see you on like a foam roller in this situation.
Yeah, I'm doing extra core. Really relaxed. Everything, I think the text, everything good? And you're thinking like, is he fed? Is he going to get to bed anytime soon? And you get back, yeah, just had him signed by an Olympian. Not the response you expect. Do you have my photo?
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, yeah. So, poor Evan ran into my father, who's shameless, in the grocery store. My dad doesn't want an autograph, to sell online or to keep or keep saying, no, sign my grandson.
Sign my
Look at his pudgy little hand. He's like 1 year.
That's so cute. He's going to remember that forever.
And my favorite...
and then did your dad get his head signed after that? Or is that...
Permanent marker.
Now my turn.
It's a tattoo. My favorite, I heard that this story, I told this story to my friends and heard it worked its way back to the BTC network, and then the way it was told to me was Evan walked into the kitchen and his pro teammate said, "You're signing kids now?"
It got down to that fast.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault. It's my dad's fault.
Fast.
Yeah, there you go. So
well, that's incredible.
I'll get out of the seat.
And just a second. I just want to say thank you for being on. Thanks for coming on and imparting some marathon wisdom to us. And I hope you get a few Eldorados in there yourself, along with the marathon. But best of luck down at CIM.
Thank you very much.
And thank you very much for coming. Peter Bromka, everybody.